Welcome back, guys, on my YouTube channel. Today we have here the brand new Yamaha Tenere 700 2022 model. Lots of you have asked me, seeing my other Yamaha Tenere builds, informations about the dashboard replacement kit, which means this big OEM dashboard, how to place it on the handlebar in order to have more space to put several devices on the tower. In today's video, I'll quickly show you a small tutorial on how to move your OEM dashboard and place multiple devices on the cockpit through the Rebel Exports new kit. Rebel Exports has developed, with my collaboration, some brand new kits for the Tenere, which are modular and give you the chance to start with a simple kit just to move and add some GPS, so more oriented today at the adventure riders, to installing a full nav tower, but that is more if you're a hardcore or you want to take part in some tougher events. First thing you'll want to do is to remove the handlebar clamps and replace them with the Rebel X CNC machined bar clamp. This also adds rigidity as it's all in one piece. And in case you don't want to remove your dashboard and you like keeping it here, but you want to add a Garmin GPS or a quad lock to keep your phone, this also can be purchased alone. And in this way, thanks to all these holes, you will be able to mount either a RAM mount, a Garmin mount directly here on the handlebar, so no need to become crazy in clamping things around the handlebar, or a quad lock for your phone. Really, really useful. This is also available for the KTM bikes. Now that we removed the OEM clamps, we put the CNC machined one, and we reuse the OEM bolts. Remember, my advice is to add a bit of medium Loctite on the bolts, just so that we are sure they're well tightened and they won't get loose. This might look like a simple handlebar clamp, but actually there's a lot of thought inside it, and it's packed with features. Starting from these little arrows that you see here on the sides, if you have a different handlebar like a Pro Taper or a Rental, where you have all the lines with written 0, -1, +1, +2, and so on, that is so that you can always adjust your handlebar, the inclination of it, the angle. In this case, these arrows will help us put the handlebar perfectly at the center and to adjust the inclination. Furthermore, if we work a lot on our bike and we keep disassembling and assembling it, we will always remember where to place our handlebar to have our preferred setup. Here in the center, we have a threaded hole, and you see there is a small pocket, and it's for the quad lock mount. You can place it here and put, your smartphone device. Very easy. I use it a lot on all of my adventure bikes and also on my bicycle. If you have a big screen smartphone, this is the ideal placement, because here it's protected rather than putting it here on the bar. Can be dangerous in case you crash and you don't want to smash your smartphone. But let's say you want to keep your smartphone in your pocket and you have a Garmin. You have either the Montana, the 276 CX or other Garmin. You can put directly here the mount and have your GPS. Very visible position, in my opinion. I use it a lot on my enduro bike where I don't have sometimes the full tower. I just put the Garmin here on the handlebar. Makes it easy also to move around when you need to take off the hands from the handlebar. But that's not it. We can also put a RAM mount. We can place the RAM mount so that we can add any accessory we want. I don't know, you want to put an inflatable doll, you can place it here. On the RAM mount, it has the ball. But anyway, this is another feature. You can use the RAM mount, which makes it extremely versatile, because this type of mount is used to put any type of accessory, also of different brands. You thought it was it, but there's another thing that we can mount here on the bar clamp, and it's not condoms, but it's another bracket. It's the ERTF bracket. This is if you want to race in any international FIM rally, you'll need to have this. Even if you want to do Africa race, for example, and Morocco rally or any other rally, with just 2 holes, you'll be able to fix the ERTF GPS bracket and still have the space to add here the antenna. Furthermore, for this mount, let me know if you're interested, I also designed some brackets so that you can place all the antennas around the GPS without the need of wiring them all to the tower. This said, the other bracket that we will need to mount is the dashboard bracket. We'll place it here with two M8 bolts. It goes directly on the threads that are used for the ERTF bracket. Once the bracket is in place, it's time to start removing the OEM dashboard. To do this, we will remove the windshield so that we can reach the bolts behind it. After removing the windshield, you'll remove the two bolts, and it's a 5mm Allen key. Once you remove the bracket, we'll remove the connector, and then we will have to remove the bolt on the temperature sensor. We remove that small bolt with a 4mm Allen key. With the screwdriver, we will remove the 3 dashboard bolts. Be sure to get the rubber grommets from the OEM dashboard bracket and put them in the 3 holes here on the steel bracket. Now the fun part starts, because we have to bring this wire all the way back here to then plug it in the dashboard. This takes a bit of time because you have to remove different bolts, but let's continue. First thing to do is to cut the zip tie that is keeping it here against the tower. Now, since that we will have this wire that needs to go all the way back, we will need to remove the tower bolts in order to slide a bit the tower and then bring it back. I won't guide you through all the process of every bolt, but just telling you, you remove those bolts here, keeping this bracket that holds the headlight, and you'll be able to slide it out. We have now this GPS mount. This GPS mount can be mounted even alone, keeping the dashboard in the same position. So this will be above if we want to have a sturdier mount so that we don't have the bar, the OEM bar, vibrating, because this strengthens, together with this, the whole assembly, meaning that the GPS will shake less. It will be more sturdy and firm. We get our GPS mount and we go on the bike to mount it. We get the Rebel X T7 GPS mount and we will install it like this. So this front part goes in front of the bar, this rear part with the Y bracket behind, and we will slide the bolt through. Some of you that are never happy will start telling me, yeah, but in this position, then if I want to tilt the angle of the GPS, well, if you want to have this bar, which is super flexible and vibrates a lot, have it fixed, you'll need to put this mount. But if you want to adjust and maybe tilt the angle of your GPS more, you can install this even without the Y bracket. Simply, you'll have more vibration here. Once you start tightening the bolts, just slightly tighten one. You want it to still be able to move, because then we will have to bolt this on the OEM headlight assembly. You can see this now, I can move it. This Y bracket goes behind, so not in front, behind. And now we will mount also the secondary GPS bracket. We have here the secondary GPS bracket. You want the distance from these holes to the top to be shorter than the one on the bottom. In this way, it will be installed like this. But before installing this, decide which GPS you're gonna mount. If you're gonna mount maybe a Trailtech Voyager Pro, Garmin 276, a Garmin Montana. The Montana, you can also decide to apply it vertical or horizontal, meaning that thanks to this bracket, you can ride with the GPS either in this position or in this position. In my opinion, since we have the upper bracket, I prefer to put the lower GPS in horizontal view. Get the bracket and install the Garmin mount. or the Trail Tech or whatever mount you want. You can directly tighten these two brackets. Just be sure the bolt is going through the bracket, the plastic, and the other bracket on the back. Tighten everything, and already look how much more sturdy the bar is, meaning that we will have much less vibration when we go install our GPS. After having tightened the lower bracket bolts, you can start tightening properly the upper GPS bracket. Always try and be sure that the gap you have in the upper part and the lower part is more or less the same. Just look now how everything is more sturdy. If I move this, the whole bike moves. Not to make the video too long, just to show you the bolts you need to remove to place the wire back here. I have another bike already finished. I'll show you some B-roll footage of that bike and where it's routing. To fix back the OEM dashboard, you'll get this plastic black washer, put it, get the OEM bolt and the small screwdriver. You'll go under here and you'll be able to start tightening everything back up. After we've done this, we'll place the temperature sensor with the zip tie. You can put it either here in the front part or here in the bottom part. It's not important. It's just the temperature sensor, the one that you see here. So no big deal. Then we have here our GPS mount where I'll put my Garmin Montana, and on top here I'll put the quad lock so that I can have my phone. Some other details about this upper GPS bracket, like for the bottom bracket, you can place your Garmin GPS both horizontal or vertical position. You can put the RAM mount, and personally I like to put the vibration dampening system by quad lock, because there have been many people that broke their smartphone camera due to vibrations, and even if now this is much more sturdy, still it's prone to vibration. Adding this can only help saving your smartphone. What I really like of this setup, it's a light setup, it's affordable. Having the dashboard on the handlebar, in my opinion, is better because I'm not so interested in seeing all the info you have here, but I'm interested in seeing what gear I'm in. And usually when I'm riding, having it in this position, I can see it properly. Then with the GPS down here, I can put my tracks, my waypoints. I have it in a protected place, but my phone, I like to have it up here sometimes, because if I'm in days that I know I will receive important calls or messages, at least I can use also this as a tracking device, or I can watch Netflix while I ride if I'm really skilled rider, and I can see the notifications if I receive any call or messages. But as I mentioned earlier, this is so versatile that I can swap everything around. I can have my Garmin on top, my quad lock on the bottom. I can also have two GPS. I can put my phone in vertical. Anything I want to do, I can also put, like you'll see on the other bike, the Trail Tech Voyager Pro. The solutions are infinite, especially also with the RAM mount possibility. This is the same setup on a different bike, but with the Trail Tech Voyager Pro, which you can put here or up here, or you can go with the smartphone or add also the Garmin, showing you how many options there are with this setup. Since not everyone has a blue bike, I think the anodized blue really matches the rims of the wheels, and you can see it through the screen, but not everyone has a blue bike. Some have black, some have the white and red. There are other color options. You have it in black, that looks good on any bike, or this titanium color. In this video, I also wanted to show you, but I didn't know if I had enough time, the new graphic design that we developed with SKDA to make a tribute to one of my heroes, Stephane Peterhansel. He won the Dakar the last time in 1998, and this is a replica of that 1998 graphic with the one-piece windshield on the front, replicating the twin lights, because that bike used to have twin lights, so this resembles in a modern key that. But also I wanted to show you the new silicone hoses kit by Rebel Exports
that's gonna come out soon. This kit solves the problem of the hard tubes that come out here, that when you crash they can get pinched. There is then not enough coolant going around and you can risk ending up with a broken engine. So with these, if you crash, they are soft, nothing happens, and it consists of a new kit that can come in different colors. I put here the red because I think it matches nicely the red line. This bike is going now to the Motorbike Expo, to the trade show at the Tour booth. It has the double GPS setup. Let's continue with the video. Well guys, we are at the end of this small tutorial where I showed you how to move the OEM dashboard to your handlebar thanks to the Rebel X Sports kits. This is a modular kit. You can purchase only the handlebar dashboard mover if you want, or only the handlebar upper riser if you want to keep the OEM dashboard but have a place where to put your smartphone, your GPS. Or you can also get just the GPS bracket for the bar with the reinforcement, so you'll have the OEM dashboard there but a much sturdier mount. Or the full system, but also coming out soon, is the full nav tower that you saw in my past Tenere builds I've made. There you can put the tablet, the carpe eater, or a roadbook holder. I believe that it's difficult to get more options than this and more versatile than this. I'll now put my Garmin Montana 750 and my smartphone, and I'm ready to ride. Be sure to subscribe to the channel. Follow me on Instagram for interesting content, because I usually post stories of funny things and sometimes of me building bikes or riding with other riders at the motocross track or on trails. Thanks guys for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Ciao.